guys, welcome back to my channel. I have a confession to make, and that is that, y'all, I'm bored. I am bored of just buying makeup and reviewing it. I'm bored of cranking out 5 videos a week and not really getting a chance to put enough energy into them and do the creative things that I really want to do, like this. I might not be a professional makeup artist, but I am a degreed fine artist. And then also, you know, I'm licensed to be a hairstylist. I did hair professionally for 8 years, and so I feel like all of these things kind of came together to make me want to do something really different and really creative, at least for me. I know that there are a lot of people out there that do kind of aesthetic makeup and things like that, but this is just kind of what I'm more like inclined to. This is how I think. When I think about makeup, this is how I think. I don't really think in terms of kind of coloring in the lines. Sorry about the noise. My fiance is watching Fahrenheit 451 in the next room, so that is what you hear. We're going to switch to a voiceover in a minute, and it's going to be some nice kind of calming music, so don't worry about that. I'm going to show you guys how I do all of this, but I wanted to kind of give you guys an idea of what the concept here was. So as you guys heard in my Friday video, one of the biggest shifts in my life recently, and I think you guys are probably all feeling it, is that after 7 years of being in Aries, Uranus transited into Taurus, and it's going to stay in Taurus for 6 months, and it's going to spend another 5 months back in Aries in retrograde, and then it's going to spend the next 7 years in Taurus. So Taurus is a very grounded energy, it is an earth energy, and I really wanted to channel something between kind of the Uranus spinning on its side, very kind of like slow but powerful energy, and that grounded nature of the transit from Aries into Taurus. And so we've got kind of the fiery side, we've got kind of the grounded side, and we've got a lot of kind of Uranus energy in here. This is the very vibration of my creativity, and I just really enjoy doing things like this. So if you guys want, after you watch this video, to see more like this, then please let me know, because this is kind of the direction I would like to head in my channel. This is more what I like doing. If you guys enjoy this, do more than just give it a thumbs up. Like, tell me in the comments, be like, Kaki, yes, we want more of this. It's okay. We're willing to sacrifice having 5 videos a week, and there will only be 3 videos this week because this is a really time-consuming process. Let me know that that's something that you guys are interested in, because again, this is kind of where I would want to go. So without me babbling on too much longer, if you want to find out how I got this really ethereal kind of cosmic but also grounded sort of aesthetic makeup look, then just keep watching. Alright guys, I am barefaced, going in with my Tatcha, the silk canvas, as a primer, and then following with the Red Earth All Illuminator for my skin, just to kind of get a nice sheen going underneath my makeup. And then I'm going to go in with the Camera Stick by Luscious Cosmetics as sort of my foundation. It's a lot lighter than my skin is right now, and so it's going to provide a really good kind of like highlight shade for contrast against the bronzer and things like that that we're going to add later. Now I'm going in with this Flower Beauty sponge that I really like, and I'm actually just bouncing this in instead of using a brush, just because I want to kind of get a really nice diffused coverage out of it. Now I'm going in with a Makeup Revolution foundation stick in what is a bronzer shade for me. I'll list all this stuff below so that you guys can kind of see the shades and stuff like that, because I don't have them right in front of me. So I'm going pretty aggressive on the bronzer here. We're going for a very sort of like fantasy look, and so I'm going to really exaggerate the features on my face with some extreme high contrast bronzing and highlighting. I'm being really careful to kind of blend in place here. I don't want to spread this all over my face, so I am just kind of patting to diffuse it without spreading it all over the place. I'm also making sure to get it down my neck and on my ears so that it looks as natural as something like this could look. Great, and now we're going to go in with the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Undereye Concealer, and it is in their lightest shade, and that is going to serve as a really nice kind of highlight against all of that kind of dark foundation that we just used as a contour. And I'm just going to blend that with a different beauty sponge. This is the beauty sponge from Real Techniques, and I'm just using that to kind of blend without letting those colors mix together too much. And you can see we're getting a really nice kind of high contrast exaggerated face shape out of this. Now I'm going to go in and set the lighter portions with some of the Morphe translucent setting powder. This stuff is actually really beautiful, even though it kind of smells like kids' craft paint. I'm blending that little spot underneath my chin that I forgot to blend, and then touching that up with a little bit of the powder. And now I'm going to go in with a brush and just kind of dust it lightly to sort of blend where I didn't want to just pound it on with the sponge. Now I'm going in with the Thrive Cosmetics Ray Matte Bronzer, and I'm setting those spots where I use that contour so that I don't kind of cover it up with a powder. Yes, this does look really exaggerated, but we're going for, like I said, a really fantasy look. So I'm going in with the Scandinavia makeup setting spray, and then I always do this, you guys. I always hit it with a blow dryer to make sure that it sets before it'll crease. Now I'm blending the line a little bit in between the highlight and the contour with some of my OG Pink Leopard bronzer from Too Faced, and you can see it's getting a little bit muddy there on my cheek. Don't worry, we will work that out with a sponge. You can almost always come back from things like this, but it's more fun to just kind of play and see what you get than to play it safe all the time. And I'm bronzing up one side of my face a little bit more heavily. We're going to go in next with the Amrezy highlighter from Anastasia Beverly Hills on one side of my face, and this is going to add a really ethereal glow on the right side of my face, which is going to be kind of our warmer side. And I'm putting it everywhere. This is not something I would do, obviously, for a normal makeup day because it is just going to glow to the gods, but that's what we're going for this look. Now I'm going in with the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Champagne Pop on the other side. I thought that kind of keeping one cool and one warm on the reverse sides would be a really nice kind of contrast against the eye look. Then I am going in with the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Undereye yet again, and that's going to serve as a really high tack eyeshadow primer for the kind of aurora shape that I'm going to try and build between the two sides. So that's why I'm taking it over the top of my nose, and we will take it more on the other eye as well, and that's just going to create kind of this asymmetry and again that kind of like warm versus cool contrast. I'm going in with a Soft Glam palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills. We're going to stay in this palette for the entire part of this eye look. And I'm starting with some of the matte cream shade to just set a little bit of that in the crease before I start kind of blending and buffing. But you will see most of this tutorial is going to be tapping. It is not going to be as much buffing just because we are working with very high tack surfaces. So like you see, I'm just kind of bouncing the brush against my skin to distribute the color. And this is the shade Orange Soda from the palette. It's a really nice, pretty kind of creamsicle color. Now I'm going in and defining the brow bone with a little bit of a shimmery light color, and then I'm going to go in with a deep cranberry tone in the crease, but you're gonna see it does more than just that. We're going to create more of a shape than just accentuating the eye. So I'm taking it to the outside of the eye, and then I'm also going to take it on the inner corner, and this is basically going to create, like I said, an aurora shape that sort of travels across my face diagonally. And I'm just kind of feeling as I go here, looking in the mirror, seeing what I like, and then just sort of adjusting on the fly. It's kind of hard to say, yes, follow this to a T. So I'm dampening a brush, and I'm using a really pretty kind of shimmery rose color to bring a little bit of emphasis towards the center of the eye on the bottom and the top. But I'm leaving a little area in the middle of my eyelid, if I can talk, to create kind of a halo effect right in the middle of the eyelid with a nice kind of cool tone shimmer shade. So now I'm dampening another brush and putting that cool tone kind of champagne shade in the middle of my eye and that's going to create an illusion that there's a lot more depth there than there is. But then I'm also kind of diffusing it up above, below the brow bone, because I'm creating, like I said, a sort of shape that ignores the eye. Like, we're going to use the eye, but also I want this to be something that kind of exists on its own. I'm creating kind of this smoky texture. I'm using kind of a bronze shade here to deepen under the brow bone, and now I'm going in with some black on my trusty Real Techniques brush that is so fluffy and wonderful, and really deepening a lot of what we just worked to do with that sort of maroon shade. I'm using my finger to add just a little bit more of that highlight shade because I didn't feel like it gave enough of an effect at first. Now I'm going in with my broken as crap Morphe highlighting palette that you guys saw, and I am kind of accentuating where the rest of the concealer was sort of blended out on my cheeks and creating more of a definition of the aurora when it hits the light. Now we're going to the other eye. This is going to be more of our moody, kind of cool-toned Uranus into Taurus kind of eye, and it's going to sort of drag that aurora shape sort of downwards in a diagonal on the other cheek. This is such a good concealer for a really tacky eyeshadow base though. We're going right in with a dark sienna color, and I'm creating a very defined contrast between the dark and the light. Like, not necessarily a hard line or a cut crease, but we're going to leave around the eye very light colored so that it has a really good contrast in kind of cool versus warmth against the other eye. But I want to go ahead and kind of deepen around it and give the illusion of there being a really nice dramatic shadow there. And you can see I'm kind of creating a smoky effect by just tapping the brush on my skin instead of buffing, and then I can kind of buff once I get the tackiness to go away from the concealer. Now I'm using a shimmery shade to, again, just take the tack away, and also, like I said, keep the lid and around the eye a really kind of high contrast, cool toned white color. I'm using a little bit more of that Morphe highlight, and now we're going back in with black to just sort of give a little bit of cohesion between the two sides so that they do look like they're part of the same makeup look, but not so much that they are the same color scheme. You know what I mean? I want them to kind of live in harmony together. Now I'm using a gold shade from that Anastasia palette, and I'm just adding these sort of like interesting bursts of gold throughout that side of my eye. It just isn't really like a rhyme or reason. I just wanted to have something there that was a little bit more chaotic. Now I'm going to fill one eyebrow in with a very dark shade for me. This is the Benefit Gimme Brow in, I think, shade 5. It is a little bit too deep for me, but I think that it adds a really nice kind of like accentuated power brow to this look. And for the other eyebrow, I'm actually using a NYX blue lip liner that we will be using later, but I'm using it as my eyebrow pencil, and you will see it gives a really nice creamy blue color to the entire eyebrow, and I love the contrast. Just using my spoolie to blend that into the brow and give me a, believable aquatic alien eyebrow. Now I'm redefining that brow bone highlight with a little bit of MAC pressed powder on a concealer brush, just making sure that we clean that line up. Now I'm going in with two Glossier Cloud paints. The first is in Beam, which is a more of an apricot shade, and I'm going to create kind of almost like a Korean blush placement situation kind of up into the underneath of the eye. And I wanted to kind of bring makeup back into this. You know what I mean? Like, hey, this is still on a face. And so I am gonna kind of, re-accentuate my cheeks and bring a little blushing effect into them before we go in with like liner and mascara and stuff. But you can see I am kind of treating it again the same way, where I am putting it at a diagonal on my face, not exactly symmetrical, and as it kind of goes across my nose, that's where we are going to also add in the color that I have right here. This is Puff, and you will see this is a very hot pink, and I love the hot pink kind of pop of color that this adds to the look. This is such an amazing kind of backdrop for all the other sort of fiddly artistry we're gonna do on top with a bunch of different color eyeliners, and so I really thought that this was one of those things that kept me up at night, where I was like, yes, I cannot wait to use this color as part of this look. I'm just using a little bit of my boy brow to define the brow. It's not a very important step, but it's important to me, and I don't want to skip anything that you guys might want to know later. Now I have gone off camera for a second, put on some lashes, and we are going in with some NYX liquid eyeliner in white, and I'm drawing in something between a set of freckles and some constellations. I wanted this to be a very, galactic kind of look, but also look like a makeup look, and so I am going to draw with white and then also with gold and then also with brown some really good contrasty freckles here in just a sporadic kind of formation. I found this to be very meditative, and I think that it adds a really interesting kind of other level to this makeup look, and I think that it is because I already have real freckles on my face, and so bringing freckles back into this look made it feel very homey to me. Going in with the gold now, and the gold only shows up really when this makeup look hits the light. I would say that it isn't the best gold eyeliner that I used in the world. I think there are probably more kind of metallic ones that I could use, but I wanted to get away from something really glittery, and this did the trick. And I love also this brown one. This is the same kind of eyeliner that the white one is, and so it has this really high impact, very inky color. All of the NYX stuff that I bought for this makeup look all just really outperformed my expectations. It was all so beautiful and so easy to work with. Just making a lot of tiny decisions all at once. I love the way that this looks, and you can tell as I'm going through this, you'll see them sort of reappear between cuts, and it's because I will be looking at myself doing something else and decide I need a few more freckles in one spot. So pardon that if you notice a little bit of lack of continuity there. It'll just be some kind of tiny decision that I make on the fly. Now I'm going in with a blue mascara from NYX. Like I said, I just really appreciate the high performance of their product. This is not sponsored, but to be able to go to Ulta or something like that, have full access to such a range of amazing, bright, vivid colors of makeup that are not very expensive at all is so awesome. I just really commend NYX for that. This mascara is so cool. It is this really bright teal, and I put it on my bottom lashes as well as the tips of these false lashes just on this side, and this was another element that kept me awake at night. I couldn't wait to do this for this look. Now I'm going in with the NYX Liquid Suede in a really awesome kind of cornflower blue color, and I'm creating kind of a watercolory, ombre, ethereal lip situation. I didn't want to go too solid and make it look like a makeup look. I wanted it to just kind of look organic as a blue lip can look. Now I'm going in with kind of a navy shade in the middle. I guess it's more royal blue. And I'm also using that to kind of blend in, like I said, and not necessarily create a pure ombre, but you'll see it kind of works out to be looking like a watercolor lip. Now I'm going on top with this duochrome blue lip gloss that I found from NYX that is just so awesome, and I wanted it to kind of be a glaze on top that kind of brought the whole lip concept together. So as I'm sort of blending that out and making sure that there's not too much of it that's going to kind of cover up the pigments underneath, I then decided to kind of redefine just the perimeter of the lips without doing the Cupid's bow or anything like that with this kind of light blue pencil that I used on my eyebrow, just because I wanted to, you know, bring the lip shape in without it looking too intentional. So guys, that is the full look, but it really comes together with the hair extensions and the styling. There is also glitter spray in my hair, and this flower crown was an amazing passion project for me to do, so I hope that you guys really like this look as much as I do. Alright guys, so that is how I got this look. If you guys are ever interested in me telling you guys how I do my flower crowns and my headpieces, that is a whole other can of worms in and of itself. This is the kind of thing where, you know, I can walk you through it. I can do kind of like a time lapse showing you guys me making one of these things. I think I have a hair on my eye. I can show you guys like a time lapse of me making one of these things, but again, I'm not really sure it would particularly help because this is very much just kind of a lot of teeny tiny millions of choices. But if this is something that you guys would ever want to like buy or commission or something like that, like let me know. Maybe I'll start an Etsy store. I don't know. These things only take me about 2 hours to make. So if you think that this is cool, then, you know, let me know. I had more fun making this video than I have had making a video in so long, you guys, and I didn't even know that that was something that was possible. You know what I mean? It's not like I've been just dragging ass through every video being like, I hate this, but I have to do it, or something like that. Like, I love making every video that I make. I love editing every video that I make. I put my heart and soul and my passion into every single one, but usually when I film my videos, I know what they're going to be about, and I kind of go in and I just sort of see what happens. This is something that I have been envisioning since I thought about doing it over the last week. I mean, I lie awake at night just thinking of fun, creative things to do for this kind of makeup. And I just want my channel to feel fun and new and interesting and feel like me. And this is the most me I've felt in a video in a really long time. So guys, if you enjoyed this, like I said, yes, you know, leave it a thumbs up or something, but also let me know in the comments if this is something that you guys are interested in the future, because I'm so like fulfilled right now from doing this. I just kind of want to like, you know, live in this for a while and just kind of embody this persona that I've created. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today and for watching. And if you want to keep hanging out with me on this channel, hit the button down below and subscribe. I would love it if you did. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.